It's here. We finally got it. Here it is. Here's the Epstein list. It's finally out. So if you guys didn't see the absolute disaster that has happened with the Epstein list, is basically what they did is they handed out a bunch of folders to social media influencers, and luckily a few of them have uploaded it and put it in Dropbox. And they shared the link all over their Twitters. You can go find the entire binder that was handed out, which is what they should have done. What they should have, Pam Bondi should have put it on the whitehouse.gov site and put Epstein file right here. I believe the first binder they handed out was about 224 pages. I have not gone through it yet, but here's the problem. When I synopsed it and I looked at everything else, basically the consensus is it's redacted, it's not complete, it's missing a ton of stuff. And I want to go into a couple of things because I think I've seen a lot of influencers and a lot of right wing and left wing and everybody else go back and forth on this. But I think the biggest thing that's missing is I don't think the real file exists. You're telling me that they've had this now for what, 3-4 years that they've had the Epstein list? And you don't think the FBI changed it and put it however they wanted it to be or deleted a bunch of shit? You're telling me that Elon's out there finding $1 trillion in fraud plus already, potential fraud already, and that the FBI, who we know was compromised in multiple situations, including the January 6th riots and everything else, you're telling me that organization, our government organization, which does nothing but waste our money, didn't auction off getting names off this file? You're telling me somebody didn't do a backwoods deal and started an NGO that USAID funded for 200, 300, 400, 500 million dollars? That said, hey, we're going to make you the chairman of this NGO. Get my name off that. You're telling me that didn't happen? I don't think Cash has the file. I don't think the real file exists. Now, that's my thoughts. That I don't have any proof of that, obviously. I do not have any actual proof of that. Just my thoughts. But if they're not going to release the whole thing or it's going to be redacted, there's only a few reasons why. And all of them are horseshit. Okay? The first one, and I'm just going to say it, and this is going to piss a lot of people off. I don't think it's true, but it has to be said because it could be an option. Trump's on it. I don't think he is. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying that's an option for why. Now, the second, and what I think is a little bit more possible, is with everything going on with Russia, Ukraine, with Israel, with Palestine, with all the international diplomacy, right? And you can see just the way that if you guys have been following politics at all, Trump's had what? He's had Zelensky there. He's going to have Putin there. He's had Israel. He's had France. He's had England. He's had Saudi. I mean, he's had the leaders of the world come out. He's trying to get on the same page, figure out who's in his corner, and he's basically just showing power, right? Like a lot of people are like, oh, did you see he talked to? No, he's having them there for one reason, to show how big the Big Daddy D's swang is. Okay, that's all he's doing. He's saying, look, these guys are all in my back pocket. They'll all do whatever I say. Don't mess with us. That's basically what he's doing. He's creating he's making sure everybody knows who's the biggest dog in the yard. Okay? Which, great move. But I think there's so many international leaders on here, and there's so many people who are in power across the globe that if they released the full list, it would cause international chaos. Truly, that's what I think. And I think that's the most likely scenario. I think that's why they haven't released it. And that's why I don't think we're going to get it. If we're being honest, I don't think it exists. But even if we do get it, I think they're never going to release the full thing. And the main reason is simple. It's going to fuck everything up. They think this. This is literally what they think. They think there's more good in doing it this way than there is in releasing the list, which I can tell you, and for those of you guys who don't know my background, I ran a 501c3 that I started with a buddy of mine for 3 years for child trafficking and for sex trafficking. And we helped over 200 victims. Okay. We helped with the aftercare. We helped with lawyers. We helped with dental. We helped with medical bills. We helped with housing. We helped with transportation. We helped with education. We helped with tons and tons and tons of things. Okay. It was on an individualized basis for what the person actually needed. It was all privately funded, so we didn't have to deal with grants or anything else. It was all based on donations, and we raised in the hundreds of thousands of dollars for these people, and we distributed the funds. Okay. I've seen things that would absolutely blow your mind. And I'll never get rid of those images in my head. And this list to me is, I have to see it. I have to see it. I'm not even saying that I would share it if I saw it. But I think the full file, if it exists, needs to be put out without any redactions, without any black marker, without anything that would impede anybody's ability to read the black and white data. And I think with all the lies and with all the corruption and with all the bullshit that we're finding, I think this is a massive, massive mistake to do things the way that they're doing them with this file. And I got to tell you, I was excited when they confirmed Cash because I knew we were going to get the file because he ran on that. That's what he ran on. He's like, I'll release it day one. Now, he did not do that. It was not released day one. It's still not released. They released a binder that has part of the information, and there's redactions all over the place for people's safety. Fuck people's safety. Give me the file. Stop classifying things like this. We need all of it. If we're ever going to regain trust, we need to start with a clean slate. If we're ever going to trust our government, if we're ever going to be okay with any of the crap, we have to be treated as adults and say, hey guys, look, here's everything. We didn't do this. We're sorry that this happened. Here's the information. Here's Epstein's List. Here's 9/11. Here's Martin Luther King Jr. Here's Kennedy's. Here's anything, Area 51, all of it. Release all of it. Because all that they've done in the first month of the Trump presidency, well, what, month and 8 days, is legitimately just expose how full of shit everyone in the government is. And then to put this out the way that they put it out, in the manner that they put it out, in the piecemeal that they're putting it out in, is a slap in the face. It really is. It's a slap in the face. And I was really hoping that this wasn't how it was going to be. I was hoping this administration was going to be better than that. And I think they're doing a lot of things really well. I think what they're trying to do with the speed that they're trying to do it in the amount that they're trying to do is commendable. And I hope they prove me wrong. I hope they make me eat these words so much that I have to take this video down. But this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. It all needs to be released. It needs to be released now. Because here's what's going to happen, folks. If they don't do that, people are going to stop paying the government. People are going to stop even respecting police. They're going to stop respecting our laws. They're going to stop respecting any bills or statutes or anything that comes down because there's no trust in the people running the show. And you can't build a relationship without trust. Even if it's been broken, you have to rebuild it. And I think they're doing a lot of things to try to do that. But I think the way that they're handling this is a huge misstep, and it's actually going their trust level is not higher because of this. It is lower. It is 100% lower in my eyes. And again, I voted for Trump 3 times. I voted for Obama 2 times before that. I am not a Republican. I typically vote for the person I think will do the most good for the most amount of people and gives the most people the most amount of opportunity. And I feel very confident in my votes. And if you look at the last 8 years, I've been right. And if you look at this first month, I've been right. But this is not a step forward. This is a step backward. And I'm going to call it how I see it. I'm going to say what I think. And I'm not going to, ride anyone's weenie the whole way. I'm not going to Trump no matter what. I'm not that guy. I'm not blue no matter who. I'm not red till I'm dead. I'm neither of those things. And this isn't good. This looks bad. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the